Welcome to our deep dive into the pretty exciting world of material science and advanced manufacturing.
Sounds fun.
Today, we're going to explore microfactories and how they're revolutionizing how things are made.
Definitely changing things up.
So imagine, smaller, nimbler facilities that can produce customized goods on demand.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Really challenges the traditional manufacturing model.
Absolutely.
Microfactories use cutting-edge technology
Yeah.
to transform production.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit.
Sure.
Microfactories are smaller
Yeah.
than traditional factories,
They're smaller.
but they're packed with automation and advanced technology.
All the latest tech.
But how does that actually translate to benefits for businesses?
Well, I think it boils down to agility, sustainability, and resilience.
Mhm.
You see, the traditional reliance on large-scale production in, distant locations makes companies vulnerable
Okay,
to things like rising labor costs and supply chain disruptions.
makes sense.
Microfactories offer a more localized and adaptable approach.
Oh, okay, so instead of huge factories overseas,
Right.
we could see networks of smaller microfactories spread out closer to consumers.
Exactly.
Interesting.
This not only makes the supply chain more resilient,
Mm-hmm.
but also allows for faster responses to changing customer demands.
Okay.
Plus, the reduced transportation distances contribute to a smaller environmental footprint.
So it's good for the planet, too.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember reading that the average manufacturing wage in China has doubled between 2012 and 2020.
Right. And it's now comparable to Portugal's.
Really?
Yeah, this shift in labor costs is a significant driver
Makes sense.
of the move towards microfactories.
Yeah.
They help companies navigate these changes by reducing reliance on large labor pools.
So they're addressing cost concerns while also being better for the environment.
Yes,
That
Yeah.
seems like a win-win.
it is.
But what about the actual cost of setting up a microfactory?
Mm.
Is it really more cost-effective than building a massive traditional factory?
Well, it can be surprisingly. Think of it like this: building a microfactory is akin to renting a studio apartment,
Okay.
while building a traditional factory is like buying a sprawling mansion.
Ah,
The
yeah.
initial investment for a microfactory is lower due to its smaller size and reduced operational costs like energy consumption.
I get it. Now, that's a great analogy.
Thanks.
So you're saving money right from the start.
Yeah, and in the long run, too.
But I'm also curious about the technology involved.
Yeah.
What makes these microfactories so efficient and different from traditional factories?
One of the key elements is automation and robotics.
Okay.
Advanced robotics handle many tasks,
Uh-huh.
from material handling to assembly, with incredible precision.
Wow.
This is where the advanced manufacturing part really comes into play.
So it's robots working tirelessly without breaks?
Yes, but it's not just robots working in isolation.
Okay.
They're guided by sophisticated software and control systems.
Interesting.
Imagine a ballet of robots orchestrated by AI.
AI. So it's not just automation.
Right.
There's actual intelligence involved.
Precisely. Artificial intelligence and data analytics play a crucial role.
Uh-huh.
They analyze the massive amounts of data generated by the microfactory in real time.
So it's constantly learning,
Yes.
improving itself.
Exactly.
It's like a living organism always adapting.
You could say that.
But how do you build something so intricate and technologically advanced?
Hmm.
Is it even possible to scale these microfactories as a business grows?
That's where modular design comes in.
Okay.
Think of it as building with Legos.
I love Legos.
Microfactories are constructed using standardized components that can be easily assembled, reconfigured, or upgraded as needed.
So you can adapt them as you go.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
This allows businesses to start small and scale up production by adding more modules or reconfiguring the existing setup.
So it's like a factory that evolves and adapts along with the market,
Right.
which is essential in today's dynamic business environment.
Yeah, absolutely. This inherent flexibility is one of the key advantages of microfactories.
I see that.
They can respond to shifts in demand, personalize products, and even switch between producing different types of goods.
That's really impressive.
It is a very versatile system.
But I'm curious about how this translates to the real world.
Sure.
Do we have actual examples of companies successfully implementing microfactories?
Absolutely. One compelling example is Arrival, a UK-based electric vehicle manufacturer. They've replaced the billion-dollar traditional car factory model
Wow.
with microfactories that cost roughly $50 million each.
Wow, that's a massive difference in cost.
It is.
But are they sacrificing production capacity for cost savings?
Not at all. Their microfactories are designed for high efficiency, producing a respectable number of vehicles,
Okay.
while being much more adaptable to changes in demand and customization.
So they're not only saving money, but also gaining flexibility.
Exactly.
That's a game changer for the automotive industry.
I think so.
Are there other companies embracing microfactories?
There are, and across various sectors.
Right.
Take GE Appliances, for instance.
Oh,
They're utilizing microfactories for rapid prototyping and small batch production of innovative appliances through their First Build initiative.
it's interesting. I've heard of First Build,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize it was tied to microfactories.
They've created microfactory spaces that act as hubs for open innovation.
Cool.
Anyone from amateur inventors to professional engineers can collaborate, design, and prototype new appliance concepts.
So it's like a high-tech playground for appliance enthusiasts.
In a way, yes. It's a fantastic example of how microfactories can democratize innovation.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It seems like these examples demonstrate that microfactories aren't just a futuristic concept, but a tangible reality that's already reshaping how we think about manufacturing.
I'd agree with that. They are, and this is just the beginning.
Really?
We're really only scratching the surface of what's possible with microfactories.
It sounds like we've only just begun our exploration of this topic.
Exactly. There's so much more to discover about microfactories and their impact on different industries.
Well, stay tuned, because in the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve into even more fascinating examples of microfactories in action,
Okay.
showcasing their potential to revolutionize everything from consumer goods to personalized medicine.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fascinating journey.
Me too.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of microfactories. We've laid the groundwork.
Yeah.
But now let's really showcase their versatility.
Exactly. We talked about Arrival and GE Appliances,
Right.
but I'm excited to see more examples of these compact powerhouses in action across different industries.
Okay, let's start with Local Motors, an American company pushing the boundaries of car manufacturing.
Oh.
They're actually using 3D printing technology to build vehicles within their microfactories.
3D printed cars. That sounds incredibly futuristic.
It is pretty cutting edge.
How does that even work?
Well, it's pretty remarkable. They use large-scale 3D printers to build the chassis and body panels of their vehicles layer by layer using advanced composite materials.
So instead of traditional assembly lines,
Right.
they're essentially printing cars.
Yes. And this approach allows for incredible design flexibility and customization.
Wow.
Imagine a world where you can co-create your dream vehicle tailored to your exact specifications.
That level of personalization would be a game changer for the auto industry.
It would. It's mass customization on a whole new level,
Yeah.
changing not just how cars are made, but also the relationship between manufacturers and consumers.
Okay, I'm really starting to see the potential here. But what about sectors beyond automotive? What about consumer goods? We touched on GE Appliances using microfactories for prototyping.
Right.
But are they doing anything else interesting?
They are. Remember we mentioned their First Build initiative? Well,
Yeah.
they've taken it a step further, creating microfactory spaces where anyone can come together to design, prototype, and build new appliance concepts.
So it's like a collaborative makerspace for appliances.
Exactly. It's a hub of open innovation where ideas can flourish and be brought to life.
Very cool.
It's a brilliant way to crowdsource innovation and get a pulse on what consumers really want.
This is fascinating. We're seeing microfactories popping up in so many different sectors. What about something like fashion?
Oh, yeah.
It's an industry that's constantly evolving.
You're right. And Adidas, the sportswear giant, is a great example
Okay.
of how microfactories are transforming the fashion industry.
Okay.
They've established something called the Speed Factory,
Okay.
a highly automated microfactory specifically designed to produce limited edition sneakers.
Limited edition sneakers made in a microfactory. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so their speed factories are strategically located in major cities like London and Atlanta, bringing production closer to their customers.
That's smart. It reduces shipping times and costs.
Yes.
And it also allows them to tap into local trends and preferences more effectively.
Exactly. And these speed factories are incredibly agile. They can quickly shift between producing different sneaker models,
Wow.
allowing Adidas to experiment with new designs and collaborations much faster than with traditional manufacturing methods.
It sounds like they're merging the best of both worlds, the speed and flexibility of a small boutique with the precision and efficiency of a high-tech facility.
Precisely. And that's one of the key strengths of microfactories.
Yeah.
They allow for this unique blend of traditional craftsmanship and advanced technology.
Okay. Adidas making sneakers in the heart of cities is pretty cool. What other surprising sectors are being impacted?
How about the construction industry?
Okay.
There are companies exploring the use of microfactories to build modular homes.
Houses,
Yeah.
like entire buildings
Yeah.
within these compact facilities.
Yes, entire buildings. Think of modular homes like giant Lego sets.
Wow.
These microfactories use advanced robotics and automation to assemble the walls, floors, roofs, and other components with incredible precision. These modules are then transported to the building site and pieced together.
It's like prefabricated construction taken to a whole new level.
It is, and it comes with several benefits. Faster construction times, reduced waste, lower labor costs, and even greater design flexibility.
This is mind-blowing. From cars and sneakers to appliances and now houses, it seems like microfactories are limited only by our imagination.
You're getting it. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
Microfactories are poised to disrupt and revolutionize numerous industries.
As we're seeing these diverse applications, it makes me wonder about the broader societal impact of microfactories. How will this shift towards automated localized production affect jobs and employment?
It's an important question and one that deserves careful consideration.
Yeah.
There's a concern that robots and AI will replace human workers, leading to job losses.
Right.
However, while automation will change the nature of some jobs, microfactories also have the potential to create new opportunities.
So it's not necessarily about jobs disappearing,
Right.
but rather evolving.
Exactly. Designing, programming, and maintaining these advanced robotic systems requires a highly skilled workforce.
Makes sense.
We'll see a rise in demand for technicians, engineers, and specialists who can manage these complex systems.
So new jobs will be created.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's a shift in the type of skills that will be in demand.
Yes, and beyond that, microfactories could revitalize local manufacturing ecosystems.
Okay.
Instead of relying on centralized production hubs in distant countries, we could see a resurgence of manufacturing activity in smaller towns and cities.
So it could lead to a more decentralized and geographically diverse manufacturing landscape.
Precisely. This could have positive ripple effects on local economies, fostering job growth and community development.
Interesting.
We could see the return of localized, specialized manufacturing, leading to a more resilient and sustainable economic model.
That's a much more optimistic outlook than the doom and gloom scenario of robots taking over all the jobs.
It is. It's about finding the right balance and adapting to the changes brought about by automation. And microfactories have the potential to be a part of a positive transformation.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this segment, haven't we? From 3D printed cars to modular homes, from sneakers to a potential revitalization of local manufacturing. It seems like the possibilities are endless.
They are. And in our final segment, we'll delve into some of the challenges and opportunities that this technology raises, and we'll explore some of the broader societal questions that microfactories bring to the forefront.
That's right. We'll be back shortly to wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of microfactories. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. We've explored so many fascinating aspects of microfactories.
It's been a great discussion.
It really has, but as with any new technology,
Yeah.
there are challenges as well as opportunities.
Absolutely. Microfactories have the potential to, disrupt industries and reshape manufacturing, but it's essential to look at the full picture.
Okay, so let's talk about those challenges. What are some of the hurdles that companies might face when considering microfactory adoption?
Well, one key challenge is the initial investment cost. Setting up a highly automated facility requires significant upfront capital,
Right.
even if it leads to long-term cost savings.
That makes sense. Not every business has the resources to make that kind of investment,
Right.
especially when the technology is still relatively new.
Exactly. And there's also the challenge of finding and training a skilled workforce
Yeah.
to operate and maintain these advanced systems.
Makes sense.
We're talking about specialized expertise in robotics, programming, and AI.
So it's not just a matter of plugging in some robots and letting them run things.
Not at all. You need
Okay.
people who understand how to work with these technologies, troubleshoot problems, and keep the systems running smoothly. And in regions where traditional manufacturing jobs have declined, finding this kind of talent can be difficult.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it's a two-pronged challenge.
Yeah.
The cost of implementation and the need for a skilled workforce.
Yeah.
It seems like those factors could limit widespread adoption,
Yeah,
at least in the short term.
they could. But alongside these challenges,
Okay.
there are also some compelling opportunities that microfactories unlock.
Okay, like what?
We've talked about reshoring and regionalizing
Yeah.
production, bringing manufacturing closer to consumers, and
Yeah.
creating more resilient supply chains.
And that aligns with the growing demand for locally sourced and sustainable products.
Absolutely. Consumers are becoming more aware of the environmental and social impact of their purchases.
For sure.
Microfactories can help companies meet that demand by offering more localized and sustainable production options. It's a win-win for businesses and consumers. And on top of that,
What?
we can't forget about the potential for personalized and customized products.
Bro, we touched on that with the examples of Adidas and Local Motors.
Hmm.
Microfactories seem particularly well suited for producing smaller batches of highly customized goods.
They are. Imagine a world where mass-produced one-size-fits-all products become a thing of the past.
Wow.
Microfactories empower consumers to have more choices and tailor products to their specific needs and preferences.
That's a powerful idea, shifting the focus from mass consumption to more individualized production.
And it opens up exciting new avenues for innovation. Smaller businesses and entrepreneurs can leverage microfactory technology to bring their unique ideas to life without needing massive factories and resources. It's about democratizing access to advanced manufacturing.
It seems like microfactories could change not just how we make things, but also what we value and choose to create. It's a potential shift in our relationship with material goods.
That's a very insightful point. It's not just about efficiency and cost. It's about empowering businesses and consumers to create and access a wider range of products and services. We might see a move away from disposable products and towards more durable, well-crafted goods designed to last.
It's an interesting thought that this technology could contribute to a more mindful and sustainable approach to consumption. But for now, it seems we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of microfactories.
We have, and I hope our listeners have found this exploration as fascinating as we have.
Me too.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the technology itself to its real-world applications and its potential impact on industry, society, and even our own values.
It's certainly been a thought-provoking journey, and we encourage you to continue exploring this topic. You'll find additional information and resources on the website listed in our podcast details. Who knows? Maybe some of you listening will be at the forefront of this manufacturing revolution, designing and operating the microfactories of the future.
It's an exciting field full of possibilities. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time, keep those minds curious.